Barnwell Baptist Church was planted by St Andrew's Street Baptist Church in Cambridge in the post-war 1940s, early 1950s, as a result of a Sunday school that was established in the council area called the Abbey Ward of Cambridge. And there's been a historical link with between the two churches ever since. The most recent response to involvement between the two churches came as a result of both what God was speaking to and doing at Barnwell, and also to myself, Stuart, when I was at St Andrew's Street Baptist Church. In 2003, Barnwell wrote to, the church secretary at Barnwell wrote to the minister at St Andrew's Street and said, well, welcome to Cambridge, and is there any way that you can help us? At the same time, I'd been thinking about how I could get involved with Barnwell, and had a heart for the area and for that community. The end of that was in 2004, a team of 18 people, including myself and my wife, but not including children, arrived at Barnwell, unsure of where it was headed. Barnwell, at that point, received home mission funding, and they used that, as it were, to, if you want to use the expression, to buy my time from St Andrew Street. So I was seconded from St Andrew Street to Barnwell for a part of my time. That basically meant I was here on a Sunday at Barnwell and involved pastorally and in one or two other areas of the life of the church. In 2 years later, in September of 2006, we had a 48 hours of prayer, and at that point we were really praying about where we should go and what the future looked like for the relationship between the two churches. And very clearly, during that prayer time, God spoke to me and to the church, both at Barnwell and at St Andrews Street, about me leaving St Andrews Street and going full-time at Barnwell. I was then called by Barnwell in the autumn of 2006. I began full-time at Barnwell in September 2007. Over the 3 years I was involved part-time, and the last couple of years we've had a number of foci. The first has been Sunday ministry, conscious that for a number of years when they hadn't got a minister, they were relying heavily on lay preachers. There was no thread, no consistency in that sense to what was being taught. And so we wanted to kind of establish some regularity. There was no musicians in the church. So it's been about establishing the best that we can do on a Sunday, providing some good worship services and provide some regular teaching. The second aspect has been on discipleship. Again, conscious that we wanted to invest in the individuals, so small groups being launched for 3 small groups in the church now, encouraging folk to get into the Bible and to start to open up to one another and to pray for one another. The third has been in structures. Although the church has been here for 50 years, there's a number of things which have been left undone. The constitution is out of date. There was no child protection policy. There was no church office, no website. So lots of work has been put in terms of getting the structures in place. And the fourth area has been just in the presence in the community. And that has manifested itself in a number of ways. First of all, I'm chaplain at Cambridge United Football Club, and I'll come back to that in a moment. I'm involved with the local schools, been doing assemblies there, and I've just recently been appointed a community governor at the local primary school. Been involved in some work up on Thorpe Way, which is an area just next door to the church. Last year we did a community day, sort of clearing gardens and rubbish. And later in the year, run a free barbecue as part of an event, the day that the council were putting on there. Other community events that we were involved with, presence writing regularly in the community newsletter. And the church building, we are the only community facility on the area of housing that we find ourselves. All the other community facilities are located away from where we are. So we have a great opportunity as a building, as a church, to open the doors of the church to the local community. And so we've been trying to work on that as well. Some of the exciting developments that we've seen in the last little while, only last Friday we had the first wedding in the church since 1972. And this was a couple that had come to the church as a result of a link with me at Cambridge United. And they started attending back to church Sunday last year. We're planning our first baptism for a number of years, and that will be the first one since I've been here, first many years. And physio at Cambridge United and his wife are being baptised in the church, which is fantastic. I'm in conversation with a couple, family from Cambridge United about having an infant dedication later in the year. We've got another wedding planned in May. Again, this is another couple that have come through the links with Cambridge United. They've been with us for about 18 months. He isn't a Christian, although he's attended Alpha course and has been coming to our small group regularly since he's been at the church, and is very close. But it's a privilege to be able to marry him and his fiancée later in May. So there's lots of exciting opportunities and development. We've been very grateful to the support that Home Mission have given, but also with the relation to Andrew Street, who very generously released people. And so there's now 14 of us that have come over from St Andrew Street, and we're now in membership at Barnwell only. They very generously have also committed financial support on a reducing scale over 5 years, and we're into year 3 of that. And they regularly pray for us, and we pray for them, and as we have meetings to talk about how we can support one another. So we are very grateful to St Andrew Street for their ongoing support for the work. We are independent, so they don't have any influence or involvement in the decision-making processes that we have at Barnwell, but they nonetheless are very generous in what they have given to us. So we're excited about the possibilities and the new initiatives, and it's a growing work. It's slow sometimes and frustrating at times, but nonetheless very exciting and rewarding, and we are grateful to God